maybe pacing yourself would not have been a bad idea.
I didn't eat all of it. I ate. Well, they do 3 sides and 2 pizzas. So every time I'm like, okay, I can eat the sides and then have 2 pizzas in the fridge for leftovers.
That's fair.
So I did that, but that's also still a lot of food. So that's it was good though.
How
Don't
much
have
does
started
that
doing
all
this popcorn
cost
chicken
you?
thing, like like KFC does, except they're not KFC, so it's shit. It's kind of disappointing,
I
frankly.
can feel myself getting more powerful, as you
Mm.
mentioned KFC.
KFC popcorn chicken is literally the best popcorn chicken.
It is really good.
There is not a comparison.
Yeah. Um, this whole like pandemic has been actually now really good for KFC because KFC is still open in America, except for the fact that we don't have drive-throughs in other countries and a lot of other countries, and that is a net loss still, but America's fine.
Hmm.
So popcorn chicken will still be around.
Yeah.
There's
We,
quite a few businesses that are thriving right now.
I don't know if you guys have tried it, but there's these new fries at KFC
Nope.
that are replacing the wedges. They are really, really good.
I didn't know they had wedges.
There you go. That's why they're getting replaced.
That makes sense. That's a good reasoning.
I
Good
honestly, I
A to B to
usually
C
avoid the
there.
wedges because they're always so boring taste, and not
But
even not even from KFC specifically. It's just potato
yeah,
wedges are boring.
the KFC new fries are seasoned with the secret recipe. They are really good.
I want, but I can't leave the house. But I want. But I don't think
Uh,
we actually have a KFC location around here. But I want.
I know KFC is doing. They might be able to order through like Grubhub or one of those other delivery services.
They used to do that. They discontinued it fairly quickly.
Oh,
Oh, why?
Uh, I don't know. Maybe they didn't market it very well.
I'm pretty sure that KFC though now has Uber Eats supporting them as well.
I don't know whether that's a thing in this country. I know they have Just Eat. That's the takeaway
Might want to
program
double
for
check
that.
on that, but like those fries are good.
Either way, that's probably not a thing in this country where just saying, hey, go get something for me is probably not a. It's a thing we really could do with, but is a thing that people won't want to do. Is kind of the problem. So, yeah, it's Fandom Flux podcast. Hi, everybody. We were talking about why I'm
Hello.
kind of sleepy. Hi.
I've been wearing a mask at work.
While robbing the place.
The mask I got, it makes me look kind of like Bane. So lots of Bane impersonations.
Oh boy. At least you inflict it on your co-workers instead of us.
Let me find the
That was
picture of
not an
me.
invitation.
Don't worry, I'm not going to do it right now.
So, yeah, I'm Casey. Hi. We have 0.
Hi.
Oh wow, that is a thing. I like the metal strip over the nose.
Yeah, it helps tighten it.
Hmm.
So you can like push down on it to reseal the mask.
Oh. And we have Slicer.
Hello. I have also been wearing a mask. It is not nearly that fancy, but it was free.
Yeah, I mean,
It's more
hospital.
comfortable than the other mask I was wearing.
Oh, I'm kidding about the tiredness thing. So,
Oh yeah.
I'll go first, because fuck it. So, my week of madness ended last week on Friday. It was very nice. I got to spend most of Saturday playing FGO, which was, I don't know, that was probably a waste of time, but I don't care. It was relaxing, in fairness, so it's what I needed.
Been a really fun event.
Yeah, it's been pretty good. And then on Sunday, I got to play more Persona 5. Yay! Finally
Yay!
chewing through that slowly at a slow pace. Yeah, and that mostly consisted of doing the third dungeon, which kicked my ass and killed me twice. So that was
What difficulty are you playing on?
hard.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oni is a dick.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Enemy with no weaknesses. And
You gotta use status ailments.
yeah, they keep telling you that, and they don't actually do knockdowns, so there goes most
not
of your
yet.
damage dealing. Sorry, what?
There's not yet. There's a chance of it doing a knockdown, but when you unlock the new area after Kamoshida's not Kamoshida, after the current dungeon you're on, you will be able to unlock billiards, and billiards allows you to raise your technical rank for your team, which increases the likelihood of a knockdown and the damage you do from technicals. And when you get to rank 4 of that, every technical will guarantee a knockdown.
Which
So
does take a little while, because I think it's one level per visit, and then your last rank, you have to read a book before you can do it.
Yeah. To be honest, I kind of did that near the end-ish of the game. But you can do that earlier if you want.
I mean, I'm following a guide, so I'll do it whenever the guide's telling me to. But, yeah. Thing that kind of saved me in that dungeon was the Showtime thing that is introduced there.
Oh, yes.
Which...
It's fun, isn't it?
So I'm doing the same thing I did in the base game, where I bought the DLC. It's in the free DLC for this one. So I'm playing the entire game with the female cast in swimsuits, because I'm that kind of guy. Man, she jiggles a lot in that animation. Holy shit. It's like Dead or Alive up in this bitch.
Which, do you mean Mona's?
Yeah, Mona and
yeah, okay.
Yep.
You kind of had the little there, so I didn't hear that part. But yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yep.
That was pretty surprising.
Yep.
I haven't actually used the swimsuit costumes at all. I know. Weird, right? I was mostly using the you know what costumes I typically used were the Velvet Room Attendant ones, which I did buy, or the Shadow Ops.
Yeah, I have those on all of the dudes, including fucking Morgana, because it looks stupid and great at the same time.
Yeah.
It's pretty, yeah. I was wearing Shadow Ops for a while, and then I just switched back to the canon ones.
The Catherine outfits are pretty fun, too.
Yeah, I have all of the dudes in Shadow Ops, all the girls in swimsuits, except for Joker, who is in the default costume, because I got sick of hearing the Shadow Ops themes.
It's a pretty good default costume, and the default music is actually pretty good in this game.
Yeah.
I didn't realize it changed the music.
Yeah, it changed it to whatever the protagonist is wearing. So if you're wearing the Catherine suit, then you get Catherine themes, including the I think the victory theme is the victory in the climbing puzzle theme. Yeah. And I assume the ones for Shadow Ops are things from Persona 4 Arena, I guess.
The costume for the Velvet Room has the music that is I think it's the Battle for One Soul, and when you finish the battle, it goes into a piano rendition of the Velvet Room theme.
Ooh.
So I was really enjoying that.
That's a decision. Yeah, I'm probably just going to cycle through the costumes a lot, just to switch up the music sometimes.
That's what I did.
Takeover's fucking great, but I will probably get sick of it. It was very refreshing on the couple of times that I failed to get an ambush and got the Last Surprise
Mm-hmm.
as the song instead.
Try the dance costumes as well.
Yeah. Makoto's dance costume is about as revealing as swimsuit is. Just thought I'd mention that.
Yeah, it is.
Not complaining. So,
It's
yeah.
so weird to be the least degenerate person on a podcast. Wow.
Yeah, things have changed, dude. Remember when you were the one that wrote porn?
Yeah. Oh
Yeah.
man. Wild.
Yeah. So, yeah, I've been playing more of that and finally got the fusion alarm thing going, which was a thing.
I didn't really use that for many fusions. I used it for weapon crafting.
I used it for some fusions. So you've been using that. So with the thing with fusion alarms is that's how you get your personas up to 99 in every stat.
Oh right, the strengthening persona. Yeah, I did that too.
So I did that for Arsene.
Yeah. So I unfortunately got that at an inconvenient time because you get one automatically as soon as you finish the scurrying the route, which is what I just did.
Mm-hmm.
And I had like 6 personas at the time.
Oh.
So I got to do 2 fusions, and the second one immediately did the thing. That was
Yeah. Don't worry about it because Fortune Arcana gives you
you can get more of them more
yeah
often. Yeah,
every 2 battles you get one.
that's insane.
Yes. And with instant kill on in Mementos, you can use it as much as you want.
Wait, how? I missed the first part of that. How did you activate it so fast?
So with the Fortune Arcana with Chihaya, she can give you a reading which makes fusion alarms happen basically every 2 or 3 battles. And if you do that and then go to Mementos, you can basically get near constant fusion alarms.
Yeah, just
Oh,
hit the
I
top
thought that
floor, auto kill a couple things, and then leave, and you can do it again.
I thought that reading just activated an alarm.
It
That
activates an alarm and then it makes it more likely to appear.
okay, that explains the $20,000 you have to pay to do it. Because that was one of the not cheap readings.
It is not cheap, but considering you're going to be, getting constant fusion alarms, worth it.
I gotta say, near the end of the game, it's pretty difficult to actually activate one of those alarms. It takes quite a few battles, depending on how high level you are. By the time I was level 99, I had to get into like 20 fights.
Yeah, no, with that reading, it is consistently every 2 or 3 fights, regardless of level.
Yeah, so that's not a bad idea to do that if you're trying to craft late game weapons or something.
But yeah, that's a cool mechanic, and I like it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that was that. I now have I think 3, 4, 5, and 6, 7, 8. 8. I have 8 active stories currently. So that's
Wow.
there are the 5 that go through the polls and the 3 that are commissions currently. And another one that was a commission and will potentially come back once this one is finished. I don't actually know. It depends on what the guy wants. So 8 or 9. It's yeah. But after having a couple of days off, which was very needed, feeling pretty good about it again. Though I am back to needing to get all the things done at once again, but that's fine. It's only 3 things this week instead of like 5. Much better.
That's not bad.
Yeah. That's mostly it, though. Yeah. I think that's it. So yeah,
Oh,
pretty.
Well, you've been working yourself pretty hard.
Uninvolved week. It was pretty solid. Once I got all the stuff done. So, Sisa, how you doing? How's it going?
In jumping into a serious topic right away, but honestly, the depression has started to hit me pretty hard with the whole lockdown. So, even if your life is going great and it isn't really affected by all this, it does get to you after a while. So, if anyone's ever questioning why they feel so bad, even though their life is okay, you're entitled to your own depression. It's completely okay. Like,
Yeah.
there for a while, I was getting pretty hard on myself for like feeling bad because I don't deserve it almost. So, no, you're okay. It's okay to feel bad about all this. It's a depressing situation.
It's a worldwide event, you know?
Yeah.
And it has revealed a lot of things to people. And this is revealed on, who's good and who's not is one thing that I think has been, in terms of like larger companies and everything, and as well as people about themselves of what am I doing, how am I making use of my time, and that all just kind of without the distractions, it's easy for people to sit at home and reflect on things that they try not to think about.
Yeah,
But
you found out pretty quick which companies how fast the veneer of caring about their workers falls away.
like my reason why I'm in a good mood about KFC right now is I learned that because I'm working during this pandemic, they're going to give me a bonus.
Oh, sweet.
That's really nice. Also, they're shipping out masks. It's just that it's not required in my area yet, so they've been a bit slow to arrive at my store. I had to bring my own mask.
I know in other countries it's a thing, but is anywhere in the U.S. is it mandatory to wear a mask yet?
Yes.
Okay, so I assume they're focusing on those areas first.
Yep. It's
That
prioritizing.
that makes sense. I mean, that's completely understandable.
We were out of gloves for a little while until my boss's boss came with more gloves. It's like, yeah, no, they're not going to let us run out of gloves.
Yeah, that's straight up regular sanitation right there for food prep. So understandable. I
The only
know
gloves
my
we had were these crappy little ones that couldn't really even fit on our hands because they're all small gloves.
oh, I can fit into a medium if I try.
Yeah,
but
same.
Small is not happening. I have to they fit on my hands, but they squeeze them so tight they hurt after a while, and then my hands are in permanent claws because they're clenched a little bit. It's kind of stupid to look at. My job did at least in April they gave us a $300 bonus, so that was nice. That was across the board. I'm not sure if they'll be doing that again. They put up a big notice the first time they did it, and I haven't seen anything. So I don't think so.
My student loans are at a 0% interest rate and don't require me to pay them until September.
Oh, nice.
Now I'm working, so I'm still gonna pay, but
yeah,
it's a good opportunity to do that.
It's not. It's a nice opportunity to do that. Yeah, exactly.
I would assume mine are the same. Are yours through FedLoan?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, so mine are the same then. I guess I hadn't known. So that's nice. That's good.
If they weren't emailing you about having to pay because you don't have to right now.
Sweet. I set up monthly payments several months in advance, as in advance as I can, and then every month I pop back, set up another one, so I don't really get bothered mostly anyway.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's the serious section over basically. So your takeaways: you're okay to feel however you want to feel. This is shit.
Yeah.
Moving on from that, I finished Persona 5 Royal. Boy, is that a good game. Boy,
Yes,
is
it
that a
is.
crappy final boss. I hated that final boss a
Oh,
lot.
really?
Yeah, no. I got stuck into a loop. I can't really talk about it a lot without spoiling things, but it made the boss a lot harder.
Okay. I was playing. What difficult were you playing on?
Normal.
I was playing on hard, and I didn't get stuck into any sort of loop. I had a lot of fun with that boss. I don't know how that ended up happening to you.
I will attempt to skirt around it. The second to last boss, the first phase of the boss, essentially,
Yeah.
uh, he can regenerate things. Those. So my first turn was always destroying those, and unfortunately, the way my party is set up, I pretty much just buff my main character, and then he sweeps.
Oh no, that you got a baton pass.
Yeah, I know. I figured that out when I was almost entirely out of SP. Because without baton passing, the boss takes like 6 damage.
Yeah, I guess they've kind of been telegraphing that since the beginning of the game. Like, hey, this is how we've changed up the mechanics to make it actually useful at a thing you will do through multiple party members. It makes
I'm
sense that they would
very
actually make use of it towards the end of the game.
Yeah, I'm very grateful the guide I was following had me level up everyone's baton pass. So I wasn't completely up shit creek and I didn't have to start over. But man, that was a grind. I probably should have just started that fight over because it would have gone a lot faster.
Yeah, I think that you kind of screwed yourself there.
Oh yeah, no, I had a feeling that eventually uh Izanagi no Okami or whatever I was using would be a trap because the boss is resistant to Almighty. So, or at least it seemed that way. Uh so yeah, or at least he's not weak to it, so I can't baton pass unless I crit or something.
Mm-hmm. Uh,
So that boss became bad since that was the case. But it was an enjoyable story-wise event. Actually, it was really well done story-wise.
yeah,
I really
story
enjoyed it.
wise, I think that I was saying this before. Story wise, that was my favorite final boss out of P3, P4, and P5. Um, because of the way that is executed and presented. You know?
Yeah, it's set up nicely. It's. I do when I play the game again, I'm going to check a scene that they mention when you first get out of Kanashiro's palace. Or no, the teacher, the pervy teacher. That's Kanashiro, right?
Kamoshida.
Comment. There we go. Okay, close. Uh, one of the characters is just there watching, and they flash back to it, and I'm curious if that's actually how that scene played down or played out.
I think it was. I just don't think I was paying attention.
Yeah, because I mean, why would you? It's the background.
Yeah, no, they built that up.
So that was cool. I if that's actually the case and that is just the scene that they played, that's awesome. Because then if you did notice that, you could have a bit of a hint of what's going to happen or going on. So let's see. Oh, and I got Final Fantasy VII remake, so
Oh,
that was cool. And I started playing it since I beat plays Persona.
what do you think?
Holy shit, that game is pretty.
Yeah, it is.
I can tell the nationality of characters based on their face shape.
I know.
That's crazy.
There's
Also, since I never played the original, I haven't really been exposed to what Tifa's canon personality was. She's kind of mutated into aggressive punch girl.
Mm.
And I mean, maybe she becomes that at some point in the games, but wow, she is not that in the beginning.
no. She's the girl next door.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
Probably would have been a lot bigger on Tifa if I was.
Yeah. She is the nice one, and Aerith is the flirty and kind of sassy one. Go figure.
That I kind of always knew that she wasn't she wasn't always the sweetheart. She was more a little bit more aggressive. So it was just like aggressive, sassy, and aggressive, aggressive. So it wasn't really blue Oni, red Oni. It was just two red Onis. But I'm definitely getting used to the combat in that game. The fact that guard doesn't cancel, like if you press the guard button, if you're in the middle of something else, it doesn't just stop it and you guard, which is something I need because I'm bad at blocking.
Wait until you get the parry materia, because parrying isn't like how you would think.
I mean, I know how to go into predator mode and block.
Like, the parry materia allows you to guard and dodge roll to the side while still taking the reduced guard damage.
Oh, okay.
And also dealing slight amount of damage to your enemy.
Is there anything that allows the dodge roll to have iframes? Because it doesn't seem to at this point, and it's pissing me off.
Who needs iframes when you've got damage?
I mean, that's fair. That's basically how I've been building my class. High strength, high magic, but yeah. I don't know. It's a change. I've pretty much just been tanking damage and eating potions, and as I steadily get better and more experienced at the combat.
The Final Fantasy way.
Pretty much, yeah.
There's a lot of damage in the game that you just unfortunately can't avoid. But thankfully, there's so many different ways to heal. And it's also why the chakra materia is really good.
Oh, I've completely avoided using Tifa. I don't know how to play as her, so she's been a bot the entire time.
Oh, she's so fun.
I'll admit, I've also been really pissed off at Barrett, because, like, I'm shutting down lamps. That's where I am in the game right now. And there's a number of turrets that are up high that I cannot kill with Cloud, easily at least. I do have lightning, ice, and fire materia.
Yeah.
So I can do it myself, it just takes a while. But he's not shooting them.
Go play as Barrett, then.
The job Barrett has is to shoot the things that I can't hit, and he's not doing it.
Switch to Barrett real quick, hit triangle for overcharge, and then switch back to Cloud.
Oh, I know how to do it. It's just like I don't like changing characters. So.
Oh, changing characters is kind of a. This is the same discussion as the Persona 5 discussion.
I know.
Change your characters.
I just want my teammates to not be fucking idiots.
Switch to Tifa, use Unbridled Strength twice, and then just do a combo attack by hitting her triangle attack 3 times.
Yeah, no, Casey kind of nailed it. I just want my Dark Souls. It just occurs to me that's what I've been complaining about. I just want Dark Souls. At least more Dark Souls-esque combat, I suppose. I don't know. I'm a simple man with simple needs, apparently.
It's like Tifa has a move that allows her to just do a huge backflip and dodge all attacks and then go in for an attack.
Is that the uppercut?
No, it's like focus strike or something.
Okay.
That she gets from an ability, but like the uppercut is something that if you use her Unbridled Strength move, which buffs her attack a lot and crit rate, you use that twice, and that changes her triangle move to Rise and Fall. So you hit Rise and Fall, and then that changes automatically as you lose a Unbridled Strength level to Omni Strike, so they can go immediately into Omni Strike, and then that goes down to the uppercut, and so you follow up with an uppercut. And you take something that has been staggered and immediately bring it up to 200% stagger.
Oh, wow.
She's a monster. She's a bit complicated to get to learn, but she is, like, if something is staggered, you're switching to Tifa. If something is far away, you're switching to Barrett. Is how the game is meant to be played.
Oh, okay. That's pretty simple to understand. Do you get other teammates in this? I know you do in the original, obviously.
You get Aerith. That's it.
Okay. Can you play as all of them at the same time, or do you have to swap them out?
You can only have 3 party members at a time. So one will either leave or do something else. But you can't play as all 4 at the same time, but you can switch between them. I personally really like Aerith because she is just the magiest, like, cannon. She has an ability that just shoots a giant laser
Oh, wow.
that she gets later on, as well as an ability that makes it so that whenever she casts a spell within this specific ward area, she casts the spell twice.
Hmm. Okay.
And then she can summon a familiar, which also adds on to the amount of spells you're launching at the same time.
Sweet.
Like,
Am I making a mistake making Cloud a mage? Essentially,
you can do that. There are swords that allow him to be a better mage.
because I'm trying to exploit all the enemy weaknesses. So, 'cause it seems like if Cloud isn't doing it, no one is.
You're gonna like that's the reason why you gotta be issuing commands a lot, because the characters will let their ATB just fill and often won't use it. So you got to be actively controlling the entire party, as if this was FF7. You're issuing the commands to tell them what to do. You don't have to control them, but it becomes very strategic. If you do this, you do that, I'll do this.
That is fair. Yeah.
I just want to let you guys know I've been super distracted during this conversation because Ethan won't stop posting fucking Tiger King gifs and memes and shit. There are so many. So what were we talking about? Fucking fighting Final Fantasy.
How to properly play Final Fantasy VII? Because
I think that you're gonna really like Barrett once he gets. Okay, so Barrett has a particular ability that he gets called Maximum Fury, which allows him to do a huge amount of machine gun fire, and then when it kills something, it automatically moves on to the next target.
oh, that's pretty cool.
So he can instantly wipe out a group of flying enemies. But he can also use that if he has a melee weapon equipped. And he fires bullets out of the claw that he has attached to his hand. It's hilarious.
I should use their moves more often, really.
Yeah, maybe switch characters every now and again.
Or just them in general, yeah.
If you when you get the melee weapon for Barrett, he has like extreme super armor is his thing. So he's slow to attack, but he deals so much damage and has so much super armor, you do not interrupt him. And it's actually really fun to play. But each of these characters has their own specific niche, and as you kind of develop their abilities by getting new weapons, it becomes a lot more complex. It's like, okay, Tifa, you use Star Shower because that ups the power of the next ability that's used here, and this thing's about to stagger. Barrett, you stagger it with a focus shot or something. Cloud, I need you to get ready to frickin' do a stinger right now. So on and so forth. Make sure you get the enemy skill materia as well.
Enemy skill? Do you mean
What was that?
assess, or is that something different?
There is a materia called enemy skill, which allows you to steal certain enemy skills.
Oh, sweet. Yeah, I haven't gotten to the point where I have that yet. So
make sure you're looking. There's only 4 enemy skills you can steal, but in this game, but it's definitely there to be set up for the sequel. But one of those, a few of those skills are Soul Siphon, which allows you to basically set down an AOE. I'm going to drain health from everybody in this area of effect.
Oh.
Which, on hard mode, you can't use items.
That's like in battle, you mean?
You can't use items. In battle or out.
Oh. That's kind of stupid.
And benches don't recover SP. Or MP, rather. They recover HP.
Oh, so you have to use that to restore.
So you use that, you use chakra, you use prayer, which is another one. So you're going to be wanting to be using a lot of abilities to restore HP. The four enemy skills are self-destruct, if you want to just explode and kill everything. Alligator Aura, which is basically you deal ice damage over time in an aura around you, which is really, really good. Spirit Siphon, which drains HP, and then Bad Breath, which inflicts poison, silence, and sleep.
Oh, wow.
So enemy skill is really good because these are the skills that you can steal. So that's 4 extra abilities that require ATB and no MP.
I'll definitely have to keep an eye on those. They're out for that.
But yeah, switch it up. These characters all. It probably hasn't really clicked for you, but once it does, you're going to be constantly switching.
It would be nice for that to actually happen. I don't know what is the ideal way to build every character because I haven't really gotten a good handle on their abilities yet.
Yeah, this. It's very different because, like, for example, I'm always going to have Deadly Dodge on Cloud because that's just an extra move. I don't know if you got that one, Deadly Dodge.
I think I do. I believe that's one of the first ones you get, actually.
Yeah, it allows you to dodge and then do a really powerful um, melee attack that hits all enemies around you.
Yeah, you do the twirl pretty much for
Yeah,
free.
and that can be equipped on like Tifa, for example. So I put a lot of spells on Tifa because every item changes how you're going. Every weapon changes how you're going to play as well. So it's more like this ideal builds for weapons more than characters.
I am getting that sense, yeah, because the second glove you find for her is straight up attack. Like most of the upgrades are just damage.
And then there's a glove she gets later on, which is straight up magic attack. And each of those weapons have different specific unique abilities that you can get later on that all change how you're going to play. There's a lot of depth to that combat. So
I do appreciate that the more like you earn points for every weapon at the same time.
yep.
So, when you find a new weapon, it's not horrendously weak for a while. It's you just jump right into it.
And characters level even when they're not in your party.
Oh, that's good. I mean, there could only be one person out of it at a time, based
Yeah.
on what you said. So,
Characters level when they're not in your party. So if a character for whatever reason has to leave your party, they level, they get AP, they are staying with you.
that's good. I know you could. I got into a situation where I gave Tifa my cure, and the thing that makes it so they cure you if your health drops below a certain point.
Auto cure, yeah, that's really
That's
good.
it, auto cure. And then I couldn't access it because she left the party for a while, and they hadn't let me get the ability to take items off party members yet. That was a weird point in the game.
Hmm.
So I couldn't fix myself with magic anymore for a while.
You should be able to buy a cure materia from a vending machine.
Yeah, I got to get in the mindset of actually using vending machines. I fixed that pretty quick, thankfully, but there for a while I'm like, it's probably garbage. But no, you can buy plenty of useful things from vending machines.
All the basic materia are going to be available there, which is very handy in case you're like, okay, I want to have lightning on you, but I only have one lightning materia. I'll buy another one for you.
One thing, okay, how do you level up materia? Because it seems based on use, but then it just randomly upgrades sometimes.
That's what you get for you get points for every battle, every enemy you defeat, I believe. You get AP for your materia. You get SP for your weapons, I believe, and then AP for your materia.
Okay. And is that
Um,
randomly assigned? Because like I went through a long stretch of using only lightning because I was fighting robot enemies, and my ice kept leveling up.
Probably because your ice was either a lower level or it's not randomly assigned from to my knowledge. They all level up equally. but Lightning might have a higher threshold you have to reach to level it up. Because I know Lightning is a very powerful magic skill because it doesn't miss and never misses.
Oh, sweet.
Whereas
I don't think I've ever missed with magic before, so I didn't realize that was even possible.
fire can miss, ice can be avoided because it hits once, and then the actual strong hit is second. And it's the same with air. Air can also miss. Wind magic can also miss, but lightning never misses.
Okay, then. Yeah, I don't want to fill up the entire podcast with Final Fantasy talk, so
That would be terrible.
Yeah, it would be terrible. I don't think I actually did anything else. Yeah, that's about it. Games and coping.
Okay. So, anyway, on to my week. I finished Final Fantasy VII Remake.
Did you? Good for you.
I really like the direction they're going. I feel like it bodes well for the future. I've done a lot of research into what the ending means and what it could mean further down the line, and I like the direction. I hope they don't screw it up.
Remake is a misnomer.
I have heard that they've diverged kind of hard from the original. Mm-hmm. In your opinion, it might be too early to say this. Would it be worth playing the original?
Yes.
Just so you have a baseline. I mean, beyond just the playing it because it's a good game.
I think they're not the same game. This doesn't invalidate the original. In a weird way, it validates the original.
I have a feeling playing the original would probably give me a better look into the world itself, because this kind of speeds through it a little bit.
Well, you only spend 5 hours in Midgard in the original. They've actually expended a lot on Midgard, but it would give you a big it would give you a greater sense of what's going on and what is wrong about what's happening.
Fair enough.
Because there's certain things that are added or that are straight up wrong happening in this game, and that's a plot point. The deviation is important.
Okay.
I didn't play much of the original FF7. I only played. Ironically enough, I think the last point I played at was the Cloud cross-dressing bit. And I was going to Don Corneo or something. I think I went to Don Corneo and then I got lost. The wall market in FF7 remake is fantastic. I was about to say fantabulous, but that also works too.
It does.
Yeah. My connection seems to be acting up right now.
Your voice is coming through just fine.
Yeah, fine.
But yeah, FF7R, great. And
I maintain it should not be called a remake.
I mean, that's the name of it. So
having played that game, I see what they're going for with calling it remake. I think they should have called it something slightly different.
Alternate, maybe.
It is a
subtitle. Wouldn't hurt.
It is a remake, but not in the way that you're thinking.
Yeah, they're remaking the plot, is what's happening.
Yeah. I do think they could have done with some more clarity, though, with that title. And aside from that, aside from working and everything else, aside from FGO, I have gone into a very old game because nostalgia, and because I have a friend who also was nostalgic for it. I have started playing MapleStory again.
Oh, wow.
Bold choice.
Maple Story 1 is still up. It's still active. They're still doing events. They're doing their 15th anniversary event.
Wow. Okay, new stuff. They're not just cycling seasonal.
Yep. And as a result, they've added in burning characters. So your mega burning character, make a new character, and after level 10, every level they get will also increase their level by 2 levels until they get to level 150. Basically, speedrun this game now.
You made me curious, and I looked it up, and EverQuest is still running.
Wow.
Original
Wow.
EverQuest. Anyway, that diversion.
So I've been playing
Maple Story.
I'm playing a ranger right now, level 76 in Maple Story. And I never got to experience a lot of the high level stuff when I first played Maple Story. But throwing a million arrows like a machine gun at things is really fun.
I mean, it sounds really fun.
There's a move where you do a huge backflip, and then if you hold the button down, you fire a bunch of homing arrows. That game's crazy.
So what you're telling me is you get to play as Uryu, basically.
I shoot an arrow that's like a grappling hook that sends me flying across the screen and through enemies. It's insane. That's only level 76. Also, I can summon a phoenix. Good old Maple Story. It's the third job advancement, I think. The fourth job is where things get really insane. They've added a whole bunch of new stuff to that game. There's theme dungeons. There's things where you can, rather than playing as a random explorer, you can actually play as an established character with a backstory. And level them up. And I'm like, that's really cool. It's weird how much is different yet the same. Like, the sound effects still sound like they're from the early 2000s. But there's new music and lots of new UI changes. And I know there's like a Maple Story 2 that's all 3D, but
I'm literally looking up now just to be like, hey, this exists. Was it successful? No, it was not successful. It's shutting down.
And they're going back to Maple Story 1.
Yep.
Because guess what? Nobody wants a 3D blocky Maple Story. The main draw of Maple Story was that it was a 2D MMO. 2D platformer MMO.
True. If it goes to 3D, it definitely loses a lot of that original appeal. It just becomes a face in the crowd, essentially.
No longer has a unique selling point, kind of thing.
And I've been having a lot of fun playing that with my friend who was also nostalgic. And they're going warrior, I'm going bowman, and we're going to be like this weird farming pair of people just killing all these enemies. I get explosive arrows that just destroy everything. It's so weird going back to an old MMO that you played when you were a kid and then looking at it with fresh eyes.
That pretty much works with any game, honestly. Any older games.
Yeah.
It's pretty... Yeah.
All that being said, none of us are ever going back to RuneScape.
No.
Okay, I didn't mean to be as in sync with you as that was, but yeah, no.
RuneScape was the only other MMO I actually played a decent amount of.
I remember
Never
spending
go back.
one night 6 hours straight cutting down trees to level my fucking woodcutting skill. Ugh. What even was that game?
I don't want to ever go back to attempting to raise the basis of skills doing not playing a game, just hitting a button.
Mm.
If you can even call it that. I mean, you're not hitting it actively. You're just doing it every couple minutes.
Yeah. It's like when I'm playing MapleStory, I have all these buttons that allow me to flip, do double jumps, and fire arrows and just style on these enemies. And that feels nice. And my friend got a humongous spear that they can, like a spectral spear they summon that just annihilates all enemies in front, and then also can be working like the grappling hook that I have. So we're both just flying around the screen and killing enemies. That's a lot of fun. So MapleStory is still a thing, and they were doing an event welcoming MapleStory 2 players.
That's some nice self-awareness.
They were welcoming them, and they were giving them free stuff for the MapleStory 2 players out there.
That's fucking hilarious. Hey, thanks for trying it.
Whoops.
Yeah, whoops.
Nothing about MapleStory 2, looking at it, really won me over. And part of that is like, look at this. Look at this image. All right.
Okay, it just looks like Dragon Quest. It's a little bit more cartoony.
Mm.
And then you look at, regular MapleStory, and it typically tends to have very beautiful backgrounds. And like, it doesn't look like a bunch of Minecraft blocks just kind of sitting there. So you can see how people might be turned off to the weird blockiness of the world that is not in line at all with what this game is known for.
Yeah, one looks like it's trying to have an art style, the other one looks like it's trying to have, I don't know, a construction set.
Yeah.
Wow, that is a stark contrast.
A lot of the areas in MapleStory look beautiful. They're, hand drawn. Same with the enemies.
I like the house that has a face.
Yes.
Yeah.
It looks so happy to see me. It's like,
But, like, that's just one area, and there's lots of areas that are just beautiful. But no, let's make it all blocky. They're currently doing a freaking, oh gosh, I missed out on the Isekai Quartet event.
Aw.
And apparently you can get like outfit items from that. I saw somebody with the aqua hair, and I was like, darn it, I missed out. I missed out on all my Isekai character costumes.
Is that locked forever, or is it going to roll back around?
I don't know.
Because I've been, as usual, I'm pretty far behind on the Two Best Friends podcast, and they actually were just talking about items being lost forever in games. I think they were talking originally about the elusive targets in Hitman.
Mm-hmm.
And the ethical nature of items being lost forever because they were time sensitive, and how much of a, I don't know, waste essentially that is.
Mm-hmm.
And Pat mentioned that a lot of the Monster Hunter events in the past have been, this is the new normal. Like, the event exists forever now. And I think I prefer that over, okay, this is happening for a week, play or lose it forever.
Yeah, one One is about adding new content for people to enjoy. The other is about audience retention. It's a very mercenary mindset of, yeah, we are putting this thing in for a week, so you better keep playing in case an event like this happens. And if you leave and you don't come back when this event happens, you'll miss out on this forever. Kind of thinking. And yeah.
But you're also, I forget how they worded it exactly, but there's only so many times you can do something and you don't feel good about it before you realize that, oh, I'm just not enjoying this. And getting an item because you have to doesn't feel good.
Yeah.
Not really.
It's the sort of thing where it's like, how much is actually being offered here? Because I know, like, Fate Go, they do events and everything, and those events do have content, they do have characters, but they're not really that important. I mean, it's opportunities for stuff, but there's always events happening, so if you missed one, it's not a big deal, and it might come back later.
It sounds like they've got enough things running that, like, even if everyone had something unique, they cycle so quickly that it doesn't... You're always getting something.
You're always getting something. And with, like, the Hitman situation, it seems more of a case of, we only got this one thing. Do you want to miss this one thing with actual story? And we hired actors to play this character, an actor to play this character.
The thing is, with Hitman, it wasn't that rare. Like, I can remember, like, at least a full year of Achievement Hunter where they would, every week there would be a new, like, what was the name of them again? Elusive Target? Was that it? Yeah. They would have a new one of those to do every week, and they'd make a game of it, of, like, trying to get it done.
You know what the difference is? With the Elusive Target, you only got one shot, or else they're gone. But also, you paid money for Hitman.
Yeah.
So you're being denied part of the product that you paid for. Whereas with, free-to-play games and MMOs, they can do events because it's free. So it's not that big of a deal.
I mean, the product that you pay for is still there. You still have all of the scenarios and everything, and the main ones.
Yeah.
And you can make your own and stuff like that. And that's all still there. It's just special event ones that...
After all those events are done, you think they would add them. Oh, well, if you missed these ones, we're just going to add them into the game. Those are done. It was fun to release them one by one, but here's the full, complete set or something.
That's what they should have done. Even if you're looking at it from a purely, okay, we're trying to manipulate people into playing the game, like, that final burst of content is going to bring in more people.
Yeah.
I would have gotten the game if they would have done that.
But when you just like, nope, this content is gone forever. It's like, I paid for this game. You tell me I can't play part of the game that you released ever. That's kind of BS.
Yeah, and it's so... I mean, there's a lot of MMOs that are like that. Like, you jump into them and you can probably look up all the content you've missed out on. But, like, it's so front-loaded and so known that I can't play it.
And, like, I was thinking back to Granblue, which I played a bit of, where they have pretty much every event that they've done becomes available later on as a side story that you can play through and to get all the stuff from. And so, like, I missed out on Lelouch from Code Geass. I can go and get Lelouch right now.
Wait, what?
He got added in
as
a side story in Granblue.
Oh, right.
So I can go and recruit Lelouch and Suzaku and get C2 as a summon.
You mean CC?
CC, yeah. But I can do that. And I think it's a better business practice to later on kind of just, okay, no, you can have this, rather than just deny it entirely.
Yeah, I mean, to an extent, FGO is starting to implement that as well, in the Japanese server at least, which is 2 years ahead of ours. But yeah, they've started doing a similar thing, made it ridiculously, prohibitively expensive to do it, but you can do it. Like the things that were in specific time-limited events, you can go back and get them.
Mm-hmm. Which you're gonna have to do that if you're running for that long. You don't want to alienate new players.
Yeah. That's kind of the downfall of how they did it, is they made it so expensive that new players aren't really going to be able to do it. So,
how much does it cost?
If memory serves, it's a cost in rare prisms, which, are things you get for burning servants, which new players especially are not going to want to do.
Yeah, until you got yourself your perfect ideal team. I mean, I imagine you're not doing that a lot at all.
Yeah.
I only burned a few so I could get that anniversary blonde.
I haven't burned any. Even Steno.
I did burn Steno.
I probably should burn Steno.
But
what were we talking about?
Yeah, I think we've discussed this Hitman thing enough. There's a solution. They didn't take it. Okay, what else happened this week? Nothing for me I can think of any. Oh yeah, I can go back in my pool again because it's warmer.
Sweet.
So maybe quarantine, but I can swim in a pool.
Yay.
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 That's about it.
That's it. Okay. Yeah, I guess that's pretty much an episode then. Because we're all gone. Man, I'm sleepy. I'm gonna go back to work after this. Fuck. The fucking Domino's order ruined my day. God damn it.
I don't know why Domino's would make you sleepy.
Because it's a lot of food.
How much food? How much did you eat at one time?
3 side dishes. It was like garlic pizza bread, the cheesy one, and I ordered wedges and the popcorn, the garbage popcorn chicken that sucks and is basically just little bits of chicken.
I think that's meant for multiple people.
Oh, it is, yeah. Like I have resolved to eat less sugar because it burns through like everything I eat. Like it just makes everything go through me quicker to the point where like a couple of hours after breakfast I'm suddenly starving. It's fucking terrible. But yeah, maybe that contributes as well. I refueled, but also I'm in the middle of a sugar crash. So
ouch. Yeah, that doesn't sound enjoyable at all.
It might be happening. I don't know. But yeah, so that's the episode of the podcast. I was taking the piss at the start, and then it just sort of really evolved into a yawn. That wasn't intentional. All right. So, thank you for listening to the Fandom Flux podcast. I spent like half an hour talking about Final Fantasy and another half hour talking about fucking Maple Story of all things.
I bet you didn't expect that when you opened this podcast.
Oh boy. Yeah. Maybe there are other reasons I'm falling asleep. Anyway. Yeah. So, if you want to get into contact with us, you can do so through, let's just say fucking Discord. I mean, you can comment and like and all that crap on YouTube, but no one fucking cares. And I'm really down. I don't know why.
Yeah.
But Discord is the way to do things because, I'm there. Slicer's there sometimes. Zero's there sometimes.
I will appear if I am tagged.
Yeah.
I was called out for not max limit breaking that Mona Lisa CE. So then I did it, and then I posted.
Yeah.
I was working on it. I
Minty
had
got
4
on a tear
copies.
about that.
I had several copies. I needed some more prisms, and I was like at 800.
Wow, that is gibberish to someone who doesn't know how to play that game.
Yeah, I was very close to getting the last one I needed to max limit break it.
There is an equip that lets you get more money effectively out of every quest that you do. If you get 5 copies of that equip, you can max limit break it, and that will make its effect even stronger. I think it doubles it off the top of my head.
Okay, that's understandable then. So that's very important to wear.
Mona Lisa, it goes from a 2% bonus to the currency to a 10% bonus.
Okay, so that's a lot. That makes sense. Yeah. And Minty got on a tear about people on his friends list not maxing out that equip and started deleting people on it. So.
Wow.
Like, the ones that had it but didn't max it out specifically. Because, like, what's the point of having it then?
I didn't have it finished.
That was your mistake.
Oh, well.
Yeah. Please donate on Patreon, I guess. For the fucking... I don't know why you would at this point, but, we suck.
Because we're really cool people.
Yeah. Remember how we talked about how we played... how the Zero played MapleStory? I'm not going to take any blame for that. Fucking Christ.
Hey, that is valuable information. That RPG is still around.
Yeah. I am giving you so much shit for the Zero. You probably don't deserve it. Bye, everybody.
Bye.